How to fix a sunken asphalt driveway, repair tire depressions, and seal your driveway to prevent future cracks and damage to your driveway and home's foundation. Is your asphalt driveway sinking where it meets the garage during winter and rising higher than garage level during summer? Is there a space between your garage and driveway? Do you have tire depressions and cracks on your driveway? If so, this video is for you. First, we washed all the debris like leaves from the cracks and the spaces. We filled the space with sand mix concrete to prevent water from going under the driveway and foundation. We used the trowel and hand broom to sweep the concrete into the space and filled it as much as possible. We wanted to fill all the space that was already there with concrete to ensure all further sinking and cracks are prevented. My kids helped me in this project a lot. The good thing is that this project has many steps until you reach the final result, so you can take your time and do it step by step whenever convenient. Afterwards, we sprayed water on concrete using very light pressure so as not to wash all the concrete off. We used the long screwdriver to poke through the sand mix and open spaces so the water could go deeper within the crack and reach all the concrete. You can wash off the excess concrete easily with a hose. We left it to dry for a few days before beginning to fill the tire depression with asphalt pothole filler. Before starting this step, we cleaned up the debris from the area again to ensure no debris was remaining before putting down the asphalt. Before choosing a day to apply the asphalt, make sure the temperature outside matches with the temperature range the product requires. When water goes down through this space between the garage and the asphalt, it washes away the supporting soil underneath and causes the driveway to sink and starts cracks in the foundation. As you can see in the video, I used the flat garden shovel to level out the surface and make it the same height as the garage. Some spots on the asphalt had gone down 2 or even 3 inches. This sinkage occurred with 10 years of use. If I knew how to fix this in the first year, we certainly wouldn't have tire depressions. Luckily, we cut it before foundation cracks. My goal was to make sure all the cracks are filled and the driveway is level with the garage. I wanted to ensure that no water could go down under the driveway and foundations anymore. In this corner, the driveway had gone more than 3 inches lower, which I assume was because of the water flow from the gutter. I put lots of asphalt to ensure it was high enough so that the water coming down the gutter wouldn't flow through the driveway. This is my first time doing an asphalt job, and it went surprisingly well. We thought this job would be very messy, but it actually wasn't. To pat it down, I let the kids play on the plastic bags. I used the hammer for the edges and an asphalt tamper afterward to tamper it. I dusted some of the sand mix before tampering to prevent asphalt from sticking to the tamper. My first mistake was heavy dusting the sand, which prevented the asphalt from quickly drying. If it's in the way and you have to dust the sand mix on the asphalt, do it very lightly. I left the pothole filler for about a week or two to dry up before I start to apply crack filler to cover the edges. After 2 weeks, I used a crack filler to cover the edges of the new asphalt to prevent it from coming off, and this worked really well and kept the asphalt together perfectly. Later, I realized that one layer of crack filler wasn't enough to merge the original asphalt with the new one. If I only wanted to use crack filler to merge two asphalts, I needed several layers to make it perfectly merge. To spread the crack filler, you can put on gloves or use a hand cement spreader. Don't buy an expensive one because you can't use it again. We left it for another month or so before applying sealer because we wanted to make sure the asphalt was completely dry. Another lesson that I learned from this experience was that instead of just covering the edges with crack filler, cover the whole area you renewed with crack filler to ensure they have all merged into one piece. Even though we had tempered the asphalt perfectly and covered it with a layer of crack filler, the unity of the driveway wasn't complete and we all felt it still needed something else. I knew we needed a mix like concrete, which would give us a thinner layer to completely merge the old asphalt with the new one. To do this, instead of water, I dissolved the sand mix concrete in driveway sealer and mixed them together until I got a paste. This was an amazing experiment and had wonderful results. It was soft and easily malleable like Play-Doh. It didn't dry too fast either, giving you enough time to work with it. I used my hands and the hand concrete spreader to smoothen and apply a layer of this concrete paste on the edges of the new asphalt. I was worried that this paste wouldn't stick or would crack and come off in pieces, but to my surprise, it didn't. A few places had a few small cracks, but nothing serious. It became so very hard and reliable, in fact, that I recommend it for small spots, even 1 foot by 1 foot potholes. The gradual merge of the old driveway and new asphalt is amazing. It's much easier to apply, it's smoothen, and it lasts. When I saw the amazing results, I used the paste to fill any cracks on the driveway from millimeters to centimeters. I let this paste dry for about 2 weeks before I applied driveway sealer. I wish I had covered the concrete paste with crack sealer as I did for the rest of the new asphalt, because when the driveway sealer dried on the paste, the color of the sealer on it was much lighter than the rest of the driveway. I had no choice but to give those areas quite a few more coats of driveway sealer, but still it wasn't a perfect result. I used the paint roller with a long handle to apply sealer on the driveway. I would pour the sealer from the bucket onto the driveway and use the roller to spread it out. I applied one coat, left it to dry, and applied a second coat. I was worried that the roller marks would stay once the sealer dried, but luckily they didn't. Because the price for a bucket of sealer was very reasonable, I bought 3 buckets of latex ITE runway formula driveway sealer. It was very easy to apply this sealer. The final result looks amazing, but we were unsure where Canada's winter would take this project. You can see the lighter color on the areas with the concrete paste. As I mentioned before, I wish I had covered this paste with crack sealer as I did for the rest of the new asphalt. If I had applied crack filler on top, those cracks wouldn't exist and the color would match. While I was shoveling the snow, the following winter, I noticed some black spots in the snow. I told my daughter, "Well, there goes the sealer." This is what we saw the next spring once the snow melted. First of all, the sealer had washed off with winter's snow. I had chosen latex ITE sealer because it had a very reasonable price and a 4-year warranty. I poured it very generously on the driveway to ensure the coat was thick enough to fill the tiny cracks. As you can see, most of the concrete paste I created using the latex ITE runway formula sealer is still there. I didn't expect it to survive the winter. This was just an experiment. As well, you can see that the asphalt is still level with the garage, meaning that the concrete worked and water erosion did not occur. I am making the concrete paste, but this time using crack filler instead of sealer. I'm sure this is going to make the concrete paste much more reliable than the mixture I made last year using sealer. Make sure to apply a bit more of the crack filler to cover the concrete paste and prevent discoloration when you apply driveway sealer. One of the best parts is you don't need to do it all at once. You can do it whenever you have time. As you can see, I would apply the epoxy shelled crack filler and then dust some of the sand mix concrete over it and mix it together on the spot that I want to fix. The layer I applied last year on the edges of the tire depressions were much thinner than the layers I am currently applying. If that paste survived last winter, this will certainly survive and stay for years to come. As you can see, it is very easy to apply. Just put on gloves and you can repair your driveway in maximum 1 hour. I made sure to push the paste into the crack as much as I could. This is so easy to do that I easily filled every single crack on the driveway. The concrete ensures the cracks are completely filled the first time, while with just the crack filler, you would need to apply several times to get the same result. It's just so complete of a solution and really efficient. I let this paste dry for about 2 weeks before applying driveway sealer. This time I purchased epoxy shell driveway resurfacer and sealer. It was 4 times the price of latex ITE runway formula driveway sealer, but completely worth every cent. It has a 10-year warranty and the color is deeper black, which I personally like better. It wasn't as easy to apply as the latex ITE one, and I needed to push harder to fill the holes and cover everything. It took twice the time to apply. I bought 2 buckets to cover the whole driveway. This time, I didn't pour it onto the driveway so generously because of the price tag. I kept on putting the roller into the bucket and applying it. After a couple of applications, the paint roller cover kept slowly sliding off, so I just tapped it onto the asphalt to put it back into place. After filming this project, I noticed that the concrete on the walls had some black spots that stubbornly wouldn't wash off. Afterward, I completely painted them black and it looks amazing. Even after 5 months, in January 2022, after shoveling the snow at least 5 times, still the sealer is completely like brand new. I haven't found any black spots in the shoveled snow that could be a sign of the sealer coming off. If I was able to do this project without any experience, I'm sure with the tips I've shared, you can do much better than me. Please subscribe and stay with us. Thank you for watching and have yourself a wonderful day.